Hi, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to the Alchemy of Light show. I am the Joyful Mystic Kate, and I am so glad that you are here with me today or whenever it is that you're watching. I so appreciate you. I appreciate my subscribers, my new subscribers, and this is a little bit different timing for us, but I hope that that works out okay. And I'm really excited about today's guest. So before I get started on all of the what's coming up, I just wanted to make it really clear that this is not your normal show. This is not a show where we do readings or pull cards for people. That is something that we have done in the past. And if you would like to have a reading, you could contact us directly for a reading or for any kind of counseling that you might want to ask about. So it's not a political show. It is a show about uplifting and empowering each other to remember that joy is available all the time. Joy is something that comes from our hearts, something that we have instinctively that is given to us. It's part of the love recipe that has so many gifts coming out of just love and what happens when we love. So Alchemy of Light is about bringing that love energy together so that we can magnify it. And when we magnify it, we not only heal ourselves and heal everyone around us, but we can send it out into the universe and allow that light to heal the world, our country, our states, our neighborhoods, our friends, and our families. And that's what this show is about. So I hope that you will find it uplifting. I hope that it will inspire you to remember that you have power. You never have lost it. It's all right there. So to start out with, I would like to share with you a writing that is from John O'Donoghue, who is a beautiful Irish poet. I think he's Irish. I'd be really embarrassed if he's not. Let me know if he's not. And John writes, "There is a quiet light that shines in every heart. It draws no attention to itself, though it is always secretly there. It's what illuminates our minds to see beauty, our desire to seek possibility, and our hearts to love life. Without this subtle quickening, our days would be empty and wearisome, and no horizon would ever awaken our longing. Our passion for life is quietly sustained from somewhere in us that is wedded to the energy and excitement of life. This shy inner light is what enables us to recognize and receive our very presence here as a blessing. We enter the world as strangers who all at once become heirs to the harvest of memory and a dream that has long preceded us and will now unfold, nourish, and sustain us." So I hope that you find wisdom in those words and inspiration. And I would like to now introduce to you today's guest. Today's guest is Pierette White, as we heal each other. I don't know how long I've known you, Pierette, but it feels like I've known you forever. It feels like I've known you forever. So,
Maybe 2 years, I think. Could be 2 years.
Yeah, probably 2 or 3 years.
Mhm.
I know that we were connecting in chats, sort of, on and off, depending on who we were watching. And I have to say thank you, Pierette, because you have been through some stuff. And even though you were through that stuff, you were always so positive and inspiring and uplifting and giving of your own energies and light. And it's always been such a pleasure to hang out with you, to talk with you, to see what you're doing, and to share in your journey this time around. Now, you're in Canada and I'm in California, but it doesn't matter because when we are together, there is a magic that happens. So, is there anything that you would like to share with our audience today before I start asking those incredible questions? I feel like Stephen Colbert or something. Not
No,
quite, not quite.
really, the only thing I like to say is thank you for inviting me. This is really nice. And I hope what I say today will be taken the right way because this is my thing that I do. I have my own little thing, videos that I make 3 times a week, sometimes more. And I do have a Facebook also. But on my Facebook, I say hi to my friendlies, and they'll know what that means. And I've been like this since I was a kid, so let's go for it.
So, today's questions, like all of them for this type of show, are to empower other people by sharing what we do, general, normal people. What do we do so that we maintain that level of high spirited optimism, joy within our lives? So, if you would, could you share what do you do daily for your mind to maintain joy?
For my mind, um, I'd like to say that I meditate, but it's not the same thing as meditating, as in sitting there. It's I turn the music on and then I lose myself in the music.
Beautiful.
For me, it's much easier. It's more connection, and I only put the music that has happy tunes.
Hmm.
So that is one thing that I do.
That's awesome. So you have a playlist of,
Yes, I do.
okay,
One of them is Be Kind by Zach Abel. I really love that one.
okay.
And the other one, I keep on singing and dancing in my living room. And that one is I Feel Good. Okay. And that's what's his name there? Can't remember.
Da,
Uh,
da, 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 da.
yes, that
Okay.
one.
I don't
And then
want to get in trouble.
yeah. And when it comes to a little bit towards the chorus there, the end of the chorus, and I said, wow. So that's how I get myself wind up for the day.
Awesome.
To do something.
Yes. Oh, that's awesome. That's
Mhm.
awesome. So that's for your mind. And you do that every day.
Not every day. I can't say it's every day, but I do, at least 3 or 4 times in the week.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Yeah. So the next question is, what do you do for spirit, for your spirit?
for my spirit, uh, it's a combination. What I start out, I'm an odd duck. People will see, as I said, I have a Facebook, so people will see me once in a while sending out little notes, like a good morning thing. So that lifts me up, lifts my spirits up, and lifts them up because some people will say, how did you know I needed
Oh.
someone today? And
Mhm.
it's like, I was just directed to their name. So I'll say good morning, send someone dancing, whatever it is. And then I'll say a little note sometimes on the bottom, whatever I am told to say. So to me, that I do every day. That's
Mhm.
one thing that I'm doing every day.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. And is there any dancing involved with this music? And thank you, Jay, for telling us. James Brown, right?
James Brown, that's what
Yeah.
it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Yeah. We're so glad that you guys are all here. Thank you for being here with us.
Yeah.
So, are you dancing while you're listening to this music? Is that the body part, mind, body,
That's
spirit?
the body part. That's yeah. And I don't mind if I'm not feeling that good and I'm in the car or something and I hear music, I'll step out of the car and start dancing no
Oh,
matter where I am. And
oh.
even if I'm in a lineup and I don't really know the people and there's music, I'll start dancing. Because if it's like so boring and everybody's bickering and oh my God, the cashier, and then it's like, give it a break. It's not her fault. Something happened or whatever. So I'll start dancing just to get my vibe going.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you see people, it's like, Like I was either singing something, which my voice isn't that great, but but they're happy to join me, let's say.
Oh my
But they are
gosh.
me.
Has that ever created an issue? No, don't answer that question. But I would
Only with my daughter.
like only with your
When
with
she sees me going out.
the mom eyes. Mom.
Yeah.
Yes, with the mom eyes. That is so cute. So, how do you make it a requirement? How do you make it the pattern, the practice? How does that connect, or is it something that has just been
Normal.
for so long?
It's a normal thing. I've done it since I was a kid. I've
Awesome.
always been a loner, like when I was a child, and you wouldn't see me almost in the house. I'd be somewheres, or even the car. My dad would stop the car, check in the back seat to see if I was there because I was so quiet. And
Oh
at that
wow.
time, we didn't have the seat belt, so you could go on the bump there in the middle of the two, and then I'd just be there, and then he would look. It's like, oh yeah, she's still here. So he'd go back and sit and start moving again.
Oh my
But
gosh.
but yeah, it's my normal thing. I need to be, even when times were really, really tough, this was saving me because I was able to go to the music and get something that was really happy and
Mhm.
just put it on and dance and let's go.
Yes, absolutely.
Keep the vibe up.
You know, for so many, I think that the concept that joy is a choice kind of is a fuzzy thing. You know,
Mm.
that it is an action. It is something that you actually pursue. It's something that you invite in. It's something that you create habits around so that it is in your day, just exactly like what you're talking about. Absolutely, exactly like what you're talking about. Now, are there people other than your daughter that have noticed a difference or that notice this about you? And can you share with us any experience that you've had where the
People run
you
to me.
oh my gosh.
Yes, they do.
Oh my
I can be
gosh,
in a
that's
group.
incredible.
I can be in a group of 20 or 50 people, and all of a sudden, someone on the other side of the room will just run to me and say, I want to be your partner for whatever it's the reason is. And it's me. He's like, okay,
Wow.
whatever. And then they always say, I knew you were different. And I'm thinking, is that a good thing? In my mind, is that a good thing? And then they said, no, because you got this thing that you just give out. And
Wow.
it's so easy to talk to you. And you're so smart. It's like, me? It's like, I'm just me.
Yes.
So the thing is even when this lady said this once on the phone, I was at my mom's and I answer the phone. I always answer the phone. Hey, hi. Oh, it's you. And then, and she says, I can see you smile when you're answering the phone. I love calling your mom. And when she tells me she's going to be there today, and then just for that, so that I can answer because I make her feel wanted.
Yes. Absolutely. The smile, that smile that radiates across mountains, right?
Yeah.
They can hear it. They can hear the smile. My
Mm.
one of my first jobs was a telephone operator, and they used to talk about in the training, they used to talk about how, please, even if you don't feel like smiling, put that smile on because it affects how your voice comes across to others, and they can actually feel that energy of grace or of sunshine or of joy, however you want to word that. But it really makes a difference to be smiling. And the smile, the pattern with smiling is when you smile all day long, it kicks in your endorphins. Okay. So at a job that I really loved, at a time when life was really, really good for me, I would sit at my desk and start laughing, and it wasn't something I was laughing at. It was just sort of this release valve of laughter that was like effervescent, bubbling up, and I would start laughing, and people would go, "Oh yeah, 3 o'clock, it's her time." And I never had an explanation for it. I didn't understand, how that was happening,
Mm.
except that I was always smiling. And people would come by my desk and they would say, Hey, I've had a really rough day today. Could you tell me a joke of the week? Whatever the joke of the week was, whatever was floating around. Whether do you remember there was a whole series? Maybe it didn't hit Canada, but in the United States there was this whole series of blonde jokes. And
Oh
I don't
yeah.
know, I don't know who was mad at who, what blonde, but there were all these blonde jokes, and then there were short people jokes, and then there were, it was like, oh my gosh. And so people were always telling each other, some sort of joke. And in some ways, I think that that was just a silly, fun thing that was happening, rather than what's your sign here, tell me the joke of the week, kind of thing. I don't remember them yet, but I'm sure there are a lot of people out there that do remember those jokes from that time period. So, can you describe what happens when something is something in your day has you concerned and you make the choice to shift the day? Can you describe the steps that happen for you in that awareness of, uh-oh, and then, oh,
Well, my daughter would tell you I take deep breath because something's wrong when I do that. I go and I do this. Okay, that's automatic. It's been for years, and my daughter would say, "Oh my God, something's wrong." So, and I just take a few minutes and say, "Okay, really, is this happening? Why now?" And it's like, what did I do to deserve this? If it's something that I think I did, kind of thing, which is
right,
never me, it's something there. Well, it could be me too. I have to take the blame too. But it's
okay,
just that at the moment of the situation, it's gonna be okay, and it's gonna be okay if not today, maybe tomorrow. So that's how I have to look at it, because there are times that it was really, really rough and you couldn't ask for help because of the situation,
mhm.
but you just say, okay, there's a reason for this. I always say there's a lesson I have to learn, which I even said, why do I get four lessons at the same time? What's
What, yeah,
so,
what did I say to the universe that brought this on?
and
Yeah.
then they told me it's because I want to learn fast to be able to go and not come
Okay.
back. And it's like, oh, that makes sense. That's me. Yeah, I'd say that. So yeah, so I just take and pause, but I do take deep breaths before, and you'll know if you ever see me and I go, yeah,
Yes. Yes. It is that observe rather than absorb.
mm,
And that is a really common phrase happening right now, to be in that place of observing rather than taking it on. So my final question is, if you could advise anyone listening right now how to learn how to shift into a life of joy. I know that wasn't on the questions list.
yeah, that wasn't on the question.
What would you tell them? What would you say to them as far as changing their lives so that joy exists?
uh, Little steps are okay.
Mhm,
You don't have to think that today's going to be the day that everything's changing.
mhm.
It can be just one thing that you change. Even like for me, my diet wasn't that good. And I started, instead of going, wow, this is too much, I went, one thing. Okay, I'll eliminate my lime pop. Everybody knows that I like lime pop. So I took that out. And it's like, okay, so that's one thing. So the next day, I was trying to do less of something else. And then, okay, well, I did less of it to this day. So can I keep it up for the next day? So you just do little steps.
Yeah.
That's where you'll get to your gold, and you won't go back.
It's awesome. And the thing that happens, at least for me, is the boomerang effect. So that the more I put out that's pleasant, the more that I put out that's happy, that's joyous, that is founded in a loving intention, the more that falls back in to me through all kinds of different ways. The love that comes back is very quick. And I don't know if that has to do with just the energies on the planet right now. But I do think that there are more of us than not that are putting that loving energy out into the universe. And so there's a whole lot more of it to be sending back down. And it's been very interesting to actually anticipate it, like have an excitement and a curiosity of, wow, I wonder what today is going to bring. I wonder what the angels are going to surprise me with. I wonder what moment will be the spiritual moment of today. And sometimes those tests, like what you're talking about, where you're like, oh my gosh, these lessons, when are they going to stop? How did they show up? And, and we have to be kind of careful about what we say and understand that even if we are mimicking somebody else, the universe doesn't understand that. It only responds to the energy of the statement. So choosing your words carefully, choosing how and why you're saying what you're saying, limiting your environment so that it has the music that you love, is such a critical part of living your life in love with your life, right? It's in love with your life. It's like, to me, there's always an opportunity to find something that's not comfortable, that's not okay. But there are so many more that are okay, that are magical, that are inspiring, that are exciting and beautiful, right? So for me, the option of observing and being in that observed point where I'm not being critical of a husband who's, doing something that is like totally bothering me again, but no, I'm kidding. But versus having that open heart that says it's okay, let him be who he is. That's who he is. There's more discomfort in me trying to say, I wish he was like this, or I wish he would do things like that, or how come I have to rearrange the dishwasher all the time? The dishwasher is fine. It's going to be fine. It's just a different way. It doesn't matter. Okay. Allowing others to be who they are has such a freedom to it. Once that concept kicked in, no, just let him be who he is. The day had so much more fun. The day had so much more fun in it.
Can I
So,
add something to that?
of course, absolutely.
When you have someone, because I was with someone for 18 years that had dementia, and then almost 5 years with, dementia, and then Parkinson, 18 years, I should say. And when they're acting up or when they're doing something, it's not them. So you just have to remember sometimes it's not their fault because they don't want to be that way. You just have to remember and pause for a minute and say, and I used to say this all the time to my deceased husband, I used to say, it's not you, it's the disease. So just remember that.
Yes.
I'm not blaming you on anything. It's not you, it's the disease. So sometimes someone's not feeling well in a certain day, and it happens. We do have those days, we all have.
Yeah.
And it's just take the minute and say, it's not them, it's whatever's bothering them today.
Wow, that is so beautiful and so insightful. And see how it shifts even in the conversation, right? Even in the awareness, even in the vibe, right? That's going on. Because human beings are messy. Messy and goopy, and we have interesting things that we need to be able to be here on the planet for and accept and work with. So thank you so much for sharing your wisdom. And I hope that you will want to come back again and again and again, even if I screw up on the time.
Oh, well, we're not the same place. What can I say?
That's right. You are way ahead of me, man. You wake up and I am still dozing. So we West Coasters, we love to sleep in. I guess that's why we're here. You guys on the East Coast get everything done and then we wake up.
Hey, at least I didn't fall asleep on this one.
No, that's true. That's true.
No comments.
No comments. No comments. So at this point in the broadcast, what we would like to offer is a meditation. And the meditation today, I have to admit, was inspired at about 4 o'clock this morning, my time, when I woke up and realized that people are being triggered by a wound, and I'll try and put this as clearly as I can, that is based in a lie that has left them feeling or were feeling powerless to whatever that lie was. So not only are they concerned about what's happening, but it's reminding them and poking them and reopening this wound that says, I can't do anything about this. And I know it's not true. I know it's not the way I want my life and my reality to be. But I either fill in the blank, feel like I am not in control or empowered to make a difference. And what I want to express is that you absolutely have the power. You are so much more powerful than whatever anyone else could possibly say. In their opinion, their voice, it's just air. Let it dissolve. What happens when we take on a wound like this, when we become affected by someone else's lie, is that it festers and it becomes something that for a lot of us could be hidden. A lot of us, it could be something that has even happened in a past life that we're not even aware is there. So in today's meditation, what I would like to strive, what I'm hoping to strive for, is a healing of that wound, a healing process that you can return to again and again when you feel like you are helpless or hopeless. And I want to remind you every time that you see this, you are powerful beyond what you know. You have a power within you that radiates across oceans and streams, a power within you that can dissolve and mute and heal. And so that's where we are today and right now in moving into the meditation. So I have to set up a couple of things. So let me get a couple of these things set up here because technology is not my forte and I really want it to be good. So become comfortable and we will start the meditation. So to prepare for the meditation, we are going to ask Source, guides, angels, and all loved ones through all lifetimes to help us by forming a protective filter that only allows the highest form of loving energy to be with us with grace and gratitude. We acknowledge all the gifts of love, both seen and unseen, that we have been and are being given to us now. Let us start the meditation. Please settle into a comfortable position. And we begin by taking 3 slow breaths. And as you breathe in compassion. And breathe out any anxiety. Breathe in joy. And breathe out anything stressing you. Breathe in unconditional love. And breathe out any fear. Take a moment and allow these transformational energies that you've now brought into your energy to envelope you. You are safe. You are blessed. And you are love. Notice how your breathing becomes more relaxed. You are safe. You are strong. And now let us become open to this wonderful heart-filled journey. Come with me. We're walking along a gentle, soft path. The dirt feels warm under our feet. Nothing to bother the bottoms of our souls. It's easy. It's an easy path. Up ahead is the sound of a creek. So we follow that sound until we reach the edge. The water is clear and not deep. Light sparkles over the ripples as the water flows over smooth pebbles beneath. Having already taken off our shoes, we decide to cross this little creek, placing our feet in the water, feeling how soft it is. Not cold, it's just right. And so we take a moment to see our feet through the water as we cross. And on the other side, we pick up the same little path. It's a casual walk. And as it continues, we enter into an opening of a beautiful meadow. This meadow is lush with many different hues of green, mostly grass, but surrounded by healthy leafy plants. Beautiful flowers at the meadow's edge. It's warm here. It's quiet, except for an occasional bird overhead. Come with me. We'll sit comfortably in the lawn together. Remember that you are safe. This is your sacred garden inside your heart. And with us today are loved ones from many lifetimes, here to provide support and healing and refreshment. They love you so much. They always have. They always will. Notice how the area around you now feels a little warmer, a little brighter. Joining us also are guides and angels. They are happy that you are here and that you are open to an amazing experience in the loving light. So to begin, please place your hands over your heart. The energy of your beating heart is the grounding, reminding you, spirit with a human body. Feel that radiating heart sending out love. Bringing light wherever it touches, trusting that where it touches is for the highest good. And as we allow that light to fill us, fill our aura, fill our entire sacred garden, we ask that any wound created from helplessness to a lie become visible. This is a wound that you will see and not feel. Crusty, old, probably a little dark. There's a part of you that wants to hug the person that received it, the mini you, the child within you that perhaps didn't have enough resources or life experience or support to keep it at bay. You are strong now. The wisdom of your life has taught you that this is merely dust, old, decrepit energy that needs to be removed. And so, with the help of all the energy surrounding us, the energy of Source, of loved ones, guides, angels, healers, we surround that wound and send it back to its originator, to its creator that was not us. And as you watch it leave, pay attention to the wake, that scarring area that remains where it was. And I invite you to fill that wake with all the things that make your heart sing. Everything. Music, laughter, friendships, flowers, poems, books, plays, movies, cookies. Everything that brings a smile to your face is now filling that space that is the wake of the sorrow of that wound, until the wake becomes so narrow, so small, that with a quick breath in and a poof to send it back, it is gone. Know that the universe loves you, loves your light, loves your purpose, loves your laughter, loves your voice, loves how you see the world. And that the world, even though it seems uncomfortable, that over many, many lifetimes you have experienced far worse, because you are a survivor. You are strong. You're bold. You know where to fix your focus. You know where to fix your heart, because they're the same thing. Inside your heart, inside, there's all that magic. Say yes to letting it come out. Say yes to living with it, loving each other. And now that we've put all that wonderful stuff inside the wake, those beautiful pieces, the ingredients of what makes your heart sing, open your hands and send it to the universe. Send all that beautiful energy, all those moments of giggling, laughing until you cry, those moments of quiet delight. How beautiful life is. We'll send it all into the universe. Feel that magic. We have the answers. The answers are in our hearts. Always choose joy. And as your angels and guides are celebrating and dancing, floating on the energy that you're sending up, hugging you, wanting to dance, we say thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for understanding there's so much more. And now it's time to leave the sacred garden. Come back across the little path. Know that your garden is there whenever you want it. That meadow, that openness, that beauty. No one can take that from you. It's always going to be there. So down the little path we walk till we find the creek. That gurgling, beautiful little creek. And we cross over, pick up our shoes, and return to the present moment where we are now. Take a few deep breaths in, and as you breathe in, say the words, I am the flame of love. I am the breath of peace. I am the song of joy. And when you are ready, open your eyes. Well, that was halfway written, so I guess it came across as okay. I never know where it's going to go. It's just spirit driven. So thank you so much for being here, being part of the alchemy, being part of the magic. You know, it's so exciting when that magic is so real and you can sense it by the people that you're with. You can feel it with what's happening. Thank you, everyone, for being here with me and Pierette and each other. No matter when you are watching this, whenever you are watching it, I wish you peace. I wish you love. Know that you are loved and empowered. There is nothing we can't do when we tap into the answers inside the heart. So, until next time, love you.